And good evening, welcome to Sports Desk. I'm Paul on the ball, and what a wonderful evening we have for you here at Sports Desk. We have it straight all the way from Virgin Gorda, from VG Summer Jam 2012. It is the president of the Virgin Gorda Basketball Association, Mr. Trevor West Stevens, and with him, the man that does all the stuff behind the scenes. He's the head official, he's the PRO, he does all sorts of stuff. Norval Young, good evening. Weston, good evening. Norval.
Good evening. Good evening.
Great to have you guys here this evening. Just to remind you, you can call us, you can send a text. We are live 300-1949. So send a text 300-1950. As a producer to call, send a text. Producer, correct me which one it is. There we go. 300-1949 to call, 300-1950 to send a text. We are live here at Sports Desk and West. Let's talk a bit about Summer Jam 2012. This is we're in the week 6 of Summer Jam. Tell us a bit of, first of all, what drives you as the president to keep this thing going and going and going?
Well, it's all for the youths. Doing this just for the youths. To keep the youths them off the street, keep them out of bad things. So that drives me enough to keep me going.
And obviously there's a lot of stuff that keeps you ticking within the whole process of the whole thing.
Yeah. Entertainment, keeping the island busy, making people have things to do, place to go. Come and watch basketball, enjoy yourself, the family fun every weekend. Summer Jam.
Summer Jam 2012. Norval, talk a bit about you. I see you every week there running back and forward, refereeing. A lot of people don't realize the kind of pressure people are under as a referee in basketball. They take all the heat from the losing team. Tell us a bit about what it's like from your perspective, Summer Jam 2012 in Virgin Gorda.
All right, for me, it's fun. It's challenging a lot of times when you're in a court, and you do take a lot of abuse from fans, players, coaches, you name it. But at the end of the day, you have to remain strong, be confident in what you do. Whatever calls you make, you stick to it, be confident, be firm. And at the end of the day, no matter what, once you do it the right way, everything will be just fine.
I remember there was a couple of years ago when we took the approach where we started bringing in 2 and 3 officials from Puerto Rico and that kind of stuff. I don't see that these days. I noticed we're sticking local. What's the difference in the trend? I don't know who would like to answer that.
Well, right now we're trying to get the best out of the locals that we have, training them, getting them up to par, because at the end of the day, these are the referees or the guys that will take us to the next level. Because a lot of times bringing in referees from abroad is very expensive. It's very expensive. But at the end of the day, once you get your locals to be able to be competitive in what they do, firm and aggressive, then we are going to build a very good product at the end of the day.
Well, I've noticed that it's been smooth sailing. There's been no problems. People have been happy. So obviously, the level of refereeing has risen from year to year to the point where we're just basically using our local referees.
It has, and we just need to move to that next level. We just need to move up more and more as we go along.
Now, speaking of referees, it'd be unfair of me not to talk about. I noticed we have one female referee now. Tell us a bit about her, West, the young lady. She's that referees in the league.
Well, she's trying her best, and she always willing. Every time you call her, she willing. So being willing, she'll make it. And speaking to her today, she told me she's trying to get qualified. So she's going after Santo Domingo next month.
Oh, that's
to be a certified referee, so that's good. That'll be a plus.
That'll be a plus for us. So therefore, and obviously, looking through the whole BVI, what we want to do is to get more certified referees overall, which is what you're talking about now.
Yes,
certainly that
most definitely.
Okay, let's have a look at last week's games. We had quite a few overtime matches. In fact, 2 back-to-back weeks we've had overtime matches in Virgin Gorda. Games decided on the buzzer. Oh, why is Virgin Gorda's game so exciting?
So Young.
He's passed this question on to Mr. Young. Mr. Young, tell us a bit about the excitement of Virgin Gorda.
Okay, I must say the teams that come out to play, they come out to play because they want to win. And a lot of times, some teams take other teams for granted. But if you do realize, the guys want to beat each other, no matter who's on what team. It's always the underdog wants to beat the top dog.
Right.
And so far, the games have been very competitive, very tough, and as you can see, the level has risen in terms of basketball play.
It certainly has. I mean, I remember the day when everything was all about the glove. The glove he was like a standalone above everybody else, and I mean, you just got shivers when he came on the court. And I remember for years we tried to get the glove to come across to Tortola to play, and he just said, listen, VG for him, and that's where he's staying. And he was such an exceptional player that, you know, we knew as soon as he came across to Tortola, he would have done well, and he certainly did when he came over here. He showed that the level of basketball being played in Virgin Gorda is just as good as the level being played over here in Tortola.
That's true.
That's true.
Right. So having a look at some of the games, and remember that we are live, guys. 300-1949. You can give us a call. 300-1950. You send a text if you don't want your voice heard on live television. You can always send a text. We will answer it, and we have a call actually coming through right now. So we'll take that call. Good evening, Sports Desk. You're here live with Trevor West Stevens and Norval Young. We're talking VG basketball. Go ahead.
Hello, good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Yes, I just want to tell West congratulations to his league and his association that he has up there. I'm a coach in the league. I coach down here, and this is my fourth year in the VG League, and it's well run. It's highly competitive. It's organized. Everything starts on time, and I just want to congratulate him for a well-run league. So just keep doing what you're doing, and congratulations.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, Wes, that certainly the feeling, the love from the people already in Virgin Gorda. They're happy with what you do. I know the other day we were speaking one-on-one, and you were saying that the whole of Virgin Gorda seems to transform when basketball begins. What's all that about? Why is basketball so influential in Virgin Gorda?
Well, I just see after basketball is when all the action clicks, where the clubs make money, the hotel makes money, the fairway makes money. So everything generates through basketball. Especially when it's Slow Stevens, like now, basketball do have the economy in Virgin Gorda right now.
And I've noticed in a population of just over 1,000 people, somewhere that I've been away for a little while now, what's the population in Virgin Gorda now?
I had no clue, but around 3,000 or so or more.
There you go. In a population like that, it hasn't, and totally you're listening to me, you can certainly give me your views, but the number of people, percentage-wise, per capita, per head, in other words, who go to Virgin Gorda basketball is way over the numbers that go to the 10 basketball here in Tortola. What's that all about? Let's take this call and we'll come back to that. Good evening, Sports Desk. Go right ahead.
Yes, good night, gentlemen.
Hey, good evening. Thanks for calling. Go right ahead.
I'd like to congratulate Mr. West for being so consistent on his years of the Virgin Gorda. And also the referee there, I saw him over here refereeing, and he's very professional, so I'm happy to see that. I have a question for Mr. West.
Go ahead.
When are we going to see an A-League team come out of Virgin Gorda? I mean, the best of Virgin Gorda to compete over here in our regular league. Like the years gone by with the A's is from across here, the A's, that's all. But when will we see A-League team from VG come over here to compete?
Okay, so we'll deal with that. Okay, great. Okay, Wes, you got that question?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, go right ahead.
Right now we're in the process after the league is going to start building the junior mystic and the big mystic. So next year for sure, we come in Tortola, for sure.
So the plan is to come next year with the junior mystics
And the big
and the big mystics. And so, but now is the mystics a culmination of the whole of all the teams in Virgin Gorda? That's how that team is chosen. And who chooses that team?
all the team. Where we deal with the coaches and the players to select the team.
Oh, so the mystics basically is like the national team of Virgin Gorda.
That's right.
Okay,
Bring
great.
the best down.
So the best will come down.
Yeah.
So there you have it. The best, the mystics, the juniors and the seniors, over to the British version, over to Tortola. So hey, these guys are coming hard. But back to my previous question, looking at the per capita of persons in Virgin Gorda compared to Tortola, the population over here is, it's way beyond, isn't it, Norval?
Yes.
Virgin Gorda. Yet still, your numbers, it seems no comparison. In fact, for your regular league games, you have outdone us over here with our big, lovely stadium that we have. What's all that about? Why such a large number of people going to watch basketball in Virgin Gorda? And I know you get more people from over here sometimes than from over there. So go ahead, I'll let you talk.
Well, for me, basketball is number one in Virgin Gorda. And we try to keep it at a standard. Most people tell us they don't come because the kids is too rude and this and that, but we trying our best. And if they put a hand, it will make things better. So more hands make things better in Virgin Gorda for basketball. So we're asking the community to come out and assist.
Are the rules pretty tight in Virgin Gorda? Do you find the players? How do you deal with the discipline aspect over there?
Well, discipline aspect, we suspend players. And if you come back and you do the same thing, where we give you a long time off. For the catch a long time. We don't give you a time to come back. We give you a long time.
So you get time to go to the beach and relax.
Yeah, after they catch yourself and say,
have cocoa, that's the whole work.
Yeah, make up your mind what you want to do. You want to play basketball or you want to be a rude boy? You got time to make up your mind.
So I remember in the old days, the kicking away the ball and throwing stuff on the court. I don't see that anymore. So obviously it's things that you eradicated over the years.
Yeah, well after you set example with some players, you have to keep it strong.
Yes.
So after some players kick your ball, we set example with them. Some behave bad, we set example. However, we have a couple players, good players too, on suspension, just because they behave bad. You see, some people feel like when they get out of the league, they could still behave bad. But you always a next year. When next year come time to play, they say, what you do to get suspended? I was like, I know what you do. If you don't know how you know.
That's right.
So you gotta keep it strict.
Remember, we're live here. This is Sports Desk. I'm Paul on the board along with Trevor West, Stephen, and Norval Young. It's 300-1949, 300-1950. We'd love to hear your comments. Send us a text. We're here to talk to you guys, and we're talking Virgin Gorda basketball. Believe me, it took me nearly 2 months to get West over here, so he's only here for this week. If you don't call now, you can't call again. He's not an easy man to get. Trust me, this guy is not an easy man to get. And I'm very pleased to have Norval here, who is the head of referees, because as you know, everything is circulated around the referee. I mean, if the refereeing is bad, it kills the game, doesn't it, Norval?
Most times.
Absolutely. We have a call, we take that call. Good evening, Sports Desk. Thanks for calling. Go right ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Just have a question. When would y'all start a female basketball team or league or something to that sort?
Okay, good.
I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you. Good question. Well, Wes, is that one of the kind of question you're hoping wasn't going to come up tonight? What happened to the ladies? Where are the ladies?
Well, the last thing I know, Maurice Watley started his program with Stingray or something. He named his team. So he had a program running for ladies. I don't know if he stopped, because I heard nothing for a while. But in Virgin Gorda itself, we have nothing started as yet. We're working on it.
Are there enough ladies? I mean, it sounds like a strange question, but I'm being honest now. Are there enough ladies playing basketball in Virgin Gorda to have a ladies' Mystics team?
Well, maybe you have ladies want to play, but Virgin Gorda only have one main court. Then we have another court with knots on we don't really neutralize. Mm-hmm. So the ladies might find it hard to come out and play with the guys. So unless we put something in place where we say ladies will play 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock,
right,
then we will see who will just play or want to play.
So what we really need is probably somebody like Norval that we can put in charge of the ladies, and he has a focal practice during the off season once a week for ladies, and then if they don't show up, then they only have themselves to blame.
Yeah, that'd be true. And if Norval one that was possible.
Well, I'm just saying Norval. I mean, he's probably too busy, but I mean, we need somebody to do that. We have another caller coming in. Good evening, Sports Desk. Thanks for calling. Go right ahead, please.
Good night. This is Morris Watley.
Go ahead, Morris.
Amigo.
What's responding to what the name of the club is Ladies Big Lady Tigers.
Okay.
We do practice Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for the hunt, and got coach going on in the program right now.
Morris,
Just calling to clarify that.
just quickly before you go, what's the possibility of the guys twisting your arm and getting you to go to Virgin Gorda maybe once every 2 weeks or once a month to go and help coaching the girls over there during the off season?
It's kind of tough right now, my work schedule and things like that. The problem right now with the ladies is most of the girls are in school, some in fourth form or fifth form, it's critical in their life. And they have school work and projects and they can't come out. So we would love to see them come out, so we have to take what we get this time. It's very difficult for the ladies because their mom is very strict with them in their school. She's a mom and dad.
So there's a lot more additional challenges when you're dealing with the ladies rather than with the guys, you're saying?
Definitely. You only have maybe 10, 15 girls want to come out. And then at the end of the day, and about 3 or 4 with the men now, you have about 500 guys willing to come. So the number is totally different, you know?
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for calling, Morris.
Okay.
So I appreciate that. Well, listen, that was Morris Watley, who you know is one of the main coaches, and of course, as he said, you know, he's dealt with Stingrays and many other teams. He's well known. What we're going to do, we're going to take a pause for a cause to thank our sponsors, Roton Wholesale, Digicel, and of course, Speedy's out of Virgin Gorda that gets me over there every week. I got to do some special work with Speedy's this week. Listen, stick and stay. We'll be right back to talk more basketball, VG Summer Jam 2012. We'll be right back.
6 a.m. Get out of bed. Eat 2 pieces of G-Series Fit Prime. Go hard today, Allison. Eat 2 more. Gonna need it. Grab G-Series Fit Perform. Head to campus. Can I rock that dress? Sure could. Bet they call her chicken legs too. Then attack. Abs, bench, biceps, strength, lunge, triceps, strength. Tastes like, and I cut it out. 500 pounds? This guy's impressed. Grab G-Series Fit Recover. Protein up without extra calories. Nothing can hold me back. And that's the before, during, and after start of my fit day.
Prime, Perform, Recover. Introducing new G-Series Fit from Gatorade.
Gatorade is distributed in the BVI by Road Town Wholesale.
And welcome back. This is Sports Desk. We're talking Virgin Gorda basketball, and we're asking you to give us a shout, tell us what's happening. You know, we have Trevor West Stevens, the president, and the head of the, well, I haven't even finished my sentence, but we also have the head of the referees here, Mr. Norval Young. We'll take this call straight away. Good evening, Sports Desk. Go right ahead, please. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good night, Paul. Good night, brother.
Good night. Great. Thank you for calling. Go right ahead, please.
Well, I have to say, glad to see Mr. Young and Mr. West on Watchungala keeping the heat of basketball in Watchungala up. You know, Paul, I was one of the traditional referees used to be up there when he used to be by the police station, keeping it up, and I always used to tell Jogi, if those guys in town don't lucky, everything will stay up in Watchungala. And it's happening right now. You know, I'm glad to see that players who used to play retire and they continue the sport. You know, and I have to say, nice to see my partner, Mr. Young, you know, in the house, you know. But I'm happy to see what Watchungala League going on to its best, which down here, Paul, need good president, need everything shape up. Basketball alone needs it down here. It needs entertainment also to draw people to the game. People ain't coming out just to watch the game alone anymore. You need to put excitement down here. And also it needs a lot of officials, people who referee and care about the game. You know, Paul, I mean, West, keep it up. And Brother Young.
Yes, sir.
And Paul, before I leave.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Watchungala Association of Cheat Referee. Like professional. And treat them with respect. Not like down here.
Okay.
When referee leave from down here to come Watchungala to referee, the association meet the referee by the boat, take them up, carry them to the hotel, okay, make sure they eat, and afterward later on they come and pick you up by the hotel and carry you to the game. That's why you see people that want to go up there to also referee.
Right.
You know, and you can't get it down here. These people down here that treat you without no respect. Look at how players coming from Watchungala have to walk from down by the boat to come to the game. Not even a bus to respect, pick them up and carry them back out. Even to the referee, Brother Young, they don't want to put up no respect. He's a certified referee for the BVI. and they don't want to pay for hotel to put him up. No respect. Lil Virgin Gorda just put up every referee who leave from down here, Patola, and put them up for the whole weekend. That's why you see they getting people to come and respect, and they want to referee up there every weekend. I used to be a part of it. I used to go down weekends and have fun. Sometimes the wife go up, I used to be on honeymoon. You know what I mean? Let's keep it up. And Brother Young, you keep them by in tune. I retire yet, but if you get more referee, you could keep me up the quota after and just, be a little part. I hope might be a part of it, but, as I say, we got to get together and keep the rule and respect to the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, guys, keep it up.
All right,
Thank you very much. Well, quite outspoken there, fellas. I don't know if you want to comment on those comments or not, but certainly I think they were heard, and we may very well get some follows very soon on that. But Norval, we are just actually talking about that off the air about the referees and Virgin Gorda. We're talking about Virgin Gorda referees. We want to reiterate a bit what we said, what you said.
Well, basically right now, we just need to do some more recruiting of guys who really want to do officiating, young guys my age, guys older than me, but we're trying to look for young guys who are very interested in refereeing. I know most times the guys more look at playing, right? But sometimes playing is not really everything. And officiating, I must say, I wouldn't say it's the way to go, but it helps you to build character.
Certainly does.
And it helps you to develop as an individual, as a person, in basically everything that you do. And like I say, we are looking for young guys who are willing to come out and be a part of the refereeing crew. And once the season is over, we'll start to do some recruiting, some training. I must say, you must be physically fit. You got to be fit. And you have to continuously read the rules. And even though you read the rules, you know the rules, during the game, it's all down to interpretation. And that's something that has always been taught to me. No matter how much you know the rules, 99% is down to interpretation. And the game is a fast game, so you have to be very quick in making the decisions that you make, good or bad.
Okay, we have another caller. Well, we had a caller come in there. Caller, you can call us right back. I didn't want to disrupt Norval. He's making a very important point there with the referees. You certainly can give us a call back in as soon as you can. We'll certainly take that call. But Norval, very, very good point. And you have to know the rules so well, because at the end of the day, it happens so quickly. It's all about your interpretations of what is happening on the court. Okay, we have a call. This caller's call back. We'll take it. Good evening, Sports Desk. Go right ahead, please. Yes, go right ahead, please.
Question from Mr. West.
Yes.
VG, do you have the rival, from bringing a team to play against the Valley? Is that not true?
Used to, yeah.
No, it's used to. Right now, the teams have been more mixed.
Everybody mix up?
Yeah, everybody mix up.
Okay, now when you mentioned I'm going to go for the basketball court, and now some not being used. So, maybe it's back to the days when I had the cracker and the checking is coming from there, that kind of stuff. So, okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Well, what I thought of, if the court at Northwood isn't used that often, that may be an avenue where we can get the ladies to work out. Maybe, I don't know if it's a matter of hard to get up there or what, but it's just a thought. Okay, we have another caller coming in. We'll take that call. Good evening, Sports Desk. Go right ahead. Yeah, we have a little bit of feedback. Do you have your television on? Just lower the volume there for us a bit.
Yeah.
Go right ahead, please. Thanks for calling. Yeah, that's open. Good. Go ahead. Tell us what's on your mind.
I don't know how I get West and Norval and that too, but I like it. I like to see that.
It was hard work.
I know that, especially West. He don't go nowhere like that.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, championship.
Anyway, I just want to pick up them man, tell them they're doing a good job,
But thank you for calling, Mello. Again, a good player, nice guy, and he said he's going championship West. I thought I saw a text coming in here, but it didn't. it didn't come through in the end. But you can send us a text. 300-1949 is the number to call. 300-1950, that's to send the text. 300-1949 to call. 300-1950. We're just here with Norval talking about the referees and the importance of the interpretation. We were saying, Norval. It's paramount. It's key, isn't it?
It is very critical, but you always have to try to remember, even though you have your interpretation, try and base your interpretation based on the rules, and try and keep the rules as close to you as possible. Sometimes you can sleep with it.
Right.
Put it on your chest, put it next to your head while you're sleeping, and at least something would come into your mind. So yeah.
So in other words, once you become a referee, you have to become as, if I can use the word, fanatical as you were when you were a player.
Yes.
When you want to sleep with your ball, no, you have to sleep with the rule book.
Well, yes, basically.
Yeah.
Because what the actual technical guys always say, constantly read the rules, stay up to date with the rules, because the rules do change. And as the rules change, you need to be up to date with it as well. And I think a lot of times that is where arguments comes during the games, where persons aren't up to date with the current rules.
Yes.
So therefore, when calls are made to them, that's not the way it's supposed to be. But we just need to be continuously up to date with the rules. Coaches, players, managers, referees, table officials especially. We all need to be on top of the game.
Okay, I don't want us to end the night without having a look at some of the top teams that are there this year. And also, we have this, I want to give this the up and coming schedule, but we have another call coming, so we'll take that call first and hopefully we can get back to that. Good evening, Sports Desk. Paul Nawal here with Trevor Stevens and Norval Young. Go ahead, please. Hello, go right ahead. Okay, we seem to have missed that call. You can call right back. We'd certainly be happy to take your call. So just very quickly, I don't know if I'm going to have the time because I'm sure the phone's going to ring any second. But some of the only undefeated team now in the league in the senior division is Set It Off. If I'm not incorrect, Trevor. And in the juniors, it would be High Speed, and in the intermediate it'd be Let's Get It.
Let's Get It and Game Over.
Game Over, of course. I forgot about Game Over. Game Over, the other team. But again, Let's Get It is certainly, to me, with Irvin Reds Telemac has seemed to be the strongest team in the intermediate division. Reds has just seemed to have this way of working with the guys. Did he spend a lot of time off season working with his players? Why is he so powerful? Why did he get so strong?
Well, once you have your team respecting you, that's the most important thing. You can see the fellas then respecting Reds. So you gain that respect. So once you gain that respect, you get to work on the court.
And of course, when we talk about respect, none greater than Brian Bash Booley. You know, with his high-speed team, he's for years. Bash he's nothing new, is he? A bit like Maurice Watley. These guys on top of their players, and they're no-nonsense guys, aren't they?
That's true.
Yeah?
That's true.
So, no. Set It Off is a bit of a different ball game. Set It Off, well, of course, with Travis Isaac on there, you know, your friend to the end, Chucky. You know, of course, he was MVP last year. Of course, they're a very powerful team. Okay, I have a text coming through. Let me just take that text. It says, can you ask West after the league is over, what plans do they have for the youth, and are they assisting any of the overseas players? That's an interesting question, right?
Okay, right now we are not assisting not overseas players because what we're doing, we're waiting for the sponsors to come forward. Right now we started a league with the budget from last year.
Right.
So we didn't receive no funds as yet. So to assist our overseas players, we have them on hold right now.
Okay.
So as soon as we receive some funds, then we start assisting.
So it's on the cards.
It's on the card.
And what about the youth? See, there was a question also about the youth. It says, what plans do you have for the youth?
Well, when the league do finish on December. That's when I take a break. Then I get back to work on January to get ready for district league.
Right.
So after the league finish, it'll be wear and tear. So I need a little break.
Yeah. You don't need to recuperate for sure.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, caller, send the text. if we're looking at after Christmas in January, after the president has recuperated, that we will be looking to do something in the youth, and of course he'll be calling on Norval Young to assist him with that, and of course Norval is going to be working with the ladies as well in North Sound. So I'm planning all this already. See how wonderful this is? So this is what it's all about. So remember, we're here live, 300-1949, 300-1949 to call or send a text, 300-1950. We're going to take a break, take a pause for calls. When we come back, Trevor Stevens has a lot of sponsors he has to thank, and also we want to have a look at some of the results and some of the big teams that are making a big bash in Summer Jam 2012. So stick and stay. We'll be right back.
Gatorade Lab Test 01 Prime Trial Number 10. Fuel Training. Trigger Muscle Response. Ignite. Gatorade Prime, part of the G Series.
Gatorade is distributed in the BVI by Road Town Hall.
And welcome back to Sports Desk. I'm Paul on the ball, and we have the Virgin Gorda at its best here. The president of the Virgin Gorda Basketball Association, Mr. Trevor West Stevens. Along with him is the head of the referees, Mr. Young, Norval Young. I just slipped my mind there. So Norval is right here looking at me thinking, what's he doing? Okay, so Norval is here. We had a text come in, so we're going to take that test, and the text says, well, Mr. Trevor West Stevens, what about On a Mission? Why aren't you talking about On a Mission? Come on. Why aren't you talking about On a Mission? This person is just bemused. What's going on?
Well, for me, On a Mission is really On a Mission, because I have the youngest team in the league, and they ain't giving up. They're putting up a fight, and that's good. Some of the parents ask me why I let high speed in the league, but I tell them, when you start from young, it's better. High speed, all the players will be too old next year. So the younger kids don't have the experience to play good next year.
That's correct. And in fact, funny you should say that, because the first game on Friday night is High Speed versus On a Mission. So I'm going to be there for that game. You're going to get all the promotion that you need on Friday night. So High Speed, that's Brian Bashbuli now, and they are undefeated against On a Mission, who is probably the youngest team in the league. Yep. So caller, you have a chance this coming Friday to show your colors and give us an interview after the game. We'll put you on television live. Also, we have the Magics versus the Running Rebels on Friday night, and then Mad Talent versus the East. The East are yet to win a game in the league this year in Summer Jam. That's very unusual.
Very disappointed. Very,
very disappointing. So East, come on. You know, I don't know if you all know when I'm catching that boat back with you on Friday night. Okay, on Saturday we also have Spartans versus Young Talent, Game Over versus Young Gunners, and the Heat versus Up to the Time, who were undefeated until last week. They lost to the Magics. So we have a caller coming in. Good evening, Sports Desk. Go right ahead, please.
This is Dominic Wilkinson. I have a question to West.
Okay, you have you just turn your television down a bit. We're getting a feedback.
Yeah, this is a question for West.
Go ahead, Dominic.
You know, as a Levi, and then we playing against High Speed, and then man too advanced for this kind of league. Then I know them 13, but them a little too advanced.
So what's your question? That's a statement. So what's your question?
They want to know how them could play this league. They're supposed to go deep.
Okay, so we'll answer the question for you, okay? So you'll hang up and listen to his answer? Okay, thank you. Good man. Thank you. Thank you for calling, Trevor. Well, we just answered that question, but again, the youngster didn't like your answer, so give him another answer again.
Okay, the league is run by age, not by talent. So by running by age, if someone under the age, they are liable to play. So if they're too good, you have to wait till your turn. So you just have to develop till before you reach that age, then you have your turn.
Okay.
So I hope that answer your question.
Hope that answers your question. A few texts coming in. I'm going to try to get to. I can't promise I will get them all, but I'll try. It says, can you mention that the BVI Tropical Shootout is on? It will be in November. With 4 college teams from the US. Watch out for it. So that's the BVI Tropical Shootout. We've just mentioned it. So BVI Tropical Shootout, you've got your mention there. If you want to give us a call with more information, we certainly be happy to do that. Also, just want to ask Wes and the Basketball Association if we can please have some attention shown to the North Sound Court. It needs an uplift. Mr. Wes Stevens, what's your response to that? It needs an uplift, the North Sound Court. We just spoke about that.
Uplift. We try to put game up there on a Sunday, then we are turned down because I said the churches have church on Sunday night.
Okay.
And that's the only Friday we have to put game up there. So any uplift, we have to wait till maybe all in the year to try host game up there.
All right. So the churches have said that they can't have the on a Sunday.
They can't use.
Okay. All right. We won't get involved in that one. It says, hey Paul, can you find out if Wes works with any development programs currently, and if he does not, is he willing to do so? Example, Hoop It Up Foundation or what have you. So Wes, do you work with any foundation at the present, and are you willing to do so? Do you have the time after your relaxation in December, in January?
I work on my own program. I run my own program where I run a free program after school at 4 o'clock, 4 to 6 with the youth of Virgin Gorda.
So you already do a program in Virgin Gorda?
Yeah, my own program.
Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. So maybe they wonder if you're willing to come over to BVI, but of course, as a thought holder, of course you're in Virgin Gorda and you're doing your thing over there, so you're only one man. So but maybe the question should be, are you willing to come across to Virgin Gorda and assist with what's happening over in Virgin Gorda? That might be another question, to lend a hand.
No problem. Once I have the free time.
Not at the free time.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Wes, before you run out of time, you wanted to talk a bit about some of the help you've been getting?
Yeah, I want to big up my sponsors. Sponsor Delta Petroleum, Mr. Barry Sylvester. Sponsor Ministry of Sports, Mr. Wywan Baldwin. And our sponsor from Mr. Andrew Foy, Farmer Minister, and also from the Farmer Minister, still a Minister, Farmer Premier, Mr. Ralph T. O'Neill, for sponsoring Summer Jam 2012. And I also give big ups to Mr. McShane, who also assists me in getting the sponsor and gets things done. I also like to big up my committee, all the referees, everybody who help out, and also big up to Speedies. Speedy also sponsor the referees, all the referees to come to Virgin Gorda every year. So I like to big up Speedies for lending that hand.
And I would also like to add that into Speedies as well, because without Speedies, I wouldn't get over there every week. So we are going to come and do a special thing for you guys, because I'm trying to get it organized. We're going to come and the producer wants us to do a special ad for you guys, so we're gonna come and work that out. Let me just quickly give some stats as to the games from last weekend. Let's get it. On Friday night, defeated Top Shotters 102-52. William Penn Jr. 29 points and 14 rebounds. Kamal Bascom and Dion Andre both had 13 points, and Andrell Thomas had 23 points. In game number 2, the Magics 97 to the Heat 90. That's their first defeat of the season, and it was William Penn Sr., the father of William Penn Jr., 26 points and 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 assist, and 1 block shot. Ron Victor, the man who had that big three-pointer but didn't win the game the week before, followed with a double-double, 15 points, 12 rebounds. He also had 1 steal and 2 assists, and Romano Peters, 11 points and 1 rebound with 2 steals. For the losing Heat, Paul Bridgewater took his first loss of the season, a very talented young man. He actually works for Speedies, 31 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 5 block shots, so he had a very busy game. On Saturday night, High Speed defeated the Young Talents. In fact, I set it off on Friday night. Let's just get that quickly. Here we go. Set it off 102-98, and incidentally, the game between Maddox and Heat was double overtime. I don't want to forget that. And then overtime followed again on Friday night. Set it off. Skin in Your Teeth defeated Mad Talent 102-98 for the set it off. Coy Dorr had 33 points, 1 rebound, 5 steals, and 2 assists. Travis Isaacs, your friend to the end, that's Chucky, 20 points, 11 rebounds, double-double. And Leandro Creaky, 16 points and 9 rebounds, missing a double-double by 1 point for Leandro Creaky. Frankie Squashy had 28 points, 3 rebounds, 3 steals and 4 assists. Dwayne George, he had 28 points with 3 rebounds, and Winston Farrington 13 points, 7 rebounds. He also had 8 assists in that game. He was your busy man. High speed, that's Bash Bruley defeated Young Talent 97-29. This is what the youngster is talking about. He thinks high speed is just too strong. They had a bunch of guys that did well there. Without a doubt, beat Crank It Up. Darryl George had 49 points. He has topped the league. That's the highest for the season so far. 49 points. Missing 50 by 1 point. And Noel Fryer had a double-double, 10 points and 15 rebounds. In the final game, up to the time, defeating the East. The East, again, next week, they play this coming Friday. That's tomorrow. The Glove had 26 points and 6 rebounds, and Lee Evans Jacobs 19 points, and he had 11 assists in that game as well. Javon Deming 17 points, and David Bonaletsam 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 steals and 2 assists. Guys, we are out of time. Any final words? Let's go first to our referee and chief referee here, Norval Young. Norval?
Well, final words, come out and look and watch the games. I know they're going to be very exciting again this week. Just come out and enjoy yourselves. Bring the family out.
Trevor Stevens?
Well, why about to come out, support Summer Jam 2012. Come out and support, that's all.
Come and support. I'll have 2 last texts. I'll answer them both. So if the league's supposed to be a development league, why should you allow a team like High Speed to play so somebody is on your tail there with High Speed? They don't agree with your answer there, Wes. And the other text that comes it says, when is the basketball court going to get covered? Well, that's a good question. You should have asked it at the start of the program. I think Wes has the same question, don't you? You want to know it as well, don't you, Wes?
I wanted the same answer.
You want the same answer to the question.
Yeah.
So when is the court going? We all would like to know. It's a good question. I guess we have to go to who do we have to go to for that?
The ministry.
Just making sure the ministry is who's going to answer that. So listen, we have just about 30 seconds left. Gentlemen, I want to thank you both for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure, Wes. It's like a miracle having you here. Like I'm dreaming. I didn't expect to have him here, and it was the icing on the cake to have Norval, because the head referees usually don't like to be in the limelight. In fact, he didn't want to come on the air, so I let that out. So until next week, I just want to thank you guys for being here. Thanks for all your calls. Thanks for all your texts. Good sports in here.